Yeah, that was a nice job by Javon King on the return.
Well, that's we got two number 22s, so it's probably the other. It was probably from Stone Oak.
Yeah, that was Javon King.
Because the other one is from the Larry Holmes from Quetta Oilers. Larry Holmes from Houston.
Rapidly gaining familiarity with the teams in this league. I know Quetta Oilers with the white with the green C on the side, and Stone Oak has sort of a purplish helmet. So you have to not only get familiar with the numerals, but you got to figure out which helmet goes with that numeral and then call the name.
And again, that's a nice play by King, and he picked it up on the bounce and made something out of nothing and puts his team in relatively good field position at the 35-yard line.
And I heard your Larry Holmes in Houston joke. I was hoping that nobody else did.
Well, I was hoping nobody else did either. But I was just talking to myself there.
Brandon Mays in at quarterback. A couple of different backs in now joining in the backfield. Somebody named Johnson. They don't have a first name. His name is Johnson from the RGV Bandits. But Mays rolling under pressure. Steps up, is going to be sacked, and a flag comes in. Dropped from behind by Yuri Plus from the Colleen Revolution, but we'll check the flag. And Brandon Mays, even when he goes back to pass, he's been under siege, whether he's going back to pass or trying to hand it off. His offensive line, JB, not giving him any time at all.
Just total domination by the Mesquite Conference. Looks like they're discussing it's going to be false start. Oh, it's a procedure on the defense?
You don't see that very often.
I guess they did something they weren't supposed to.
Could have been
blitz.
Yeah. Could have been something like, barking out a false signal, trying to get the offensive line to jump. Yeah, whatever it is, a 5-yard penalty is going to be called against the Mesquite Conference.
Right, because I think 4 is listed as a safety or as a cornerback, and there might not be any blitzing here in this game, and that's what they called.
It could be.
So a big break there for the Cactus Conference, as they had sacked Mays for about a 7-yard loss. Instead, it's a 5-yard penalty, and it's 1st and 5.
1st and 5 from the 40-yard line. Ball in the near hash, going right to left. Brandon Mays in the shotgun, rolling to his right, looking downfield. Now coming back to his left, under pressure. Nice block there. Got a man wide open, incomplete. The intended receiver, Stephen Beckett from the Gladiators. A pass a little bit high. Beckett tried to go up and get it, but ball just a little bit overthrown. 2nd down and 5.
And again, Mays trying to go to the right side of his on the play call, but again, pursuit from the Mesquite Conference defensive line makes him come back the other way and spots Beckett. And incomplete, kind of out of reach, but a nice effort there by Beckett as he was just off his fingertips.
Nice job by Loopy Barron from the Sting. Big number 77 come back to help out his quarterback Brandon Mays and give him a chance to at least get that ball off. 2nd down and 5 from the 40-yard line. 2:32 to go, opening frame. Mays in the shotgun and back to either side. Quick drop, fires the right side, little screen pass out to the 35 to Johnson at the 39-yard line. That's about as far as he's going to get. Basically back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and call it 6 yards to go.
Again, a little flare out there to the running back. Almost was intercepted there. It looks like he was underneath some of the arms as they were going up to block the pass. And yes, he turned upfield. He was met by 2 or 3 defenders and loss of 1 on that pass play. And the Cactus Conference just struggling here offensively in the 1st quarter.
Anybody listening to this ball game from the Rio Grande Valley, let us know who Johnson's first name is. Number 34 from the RGV Bandits. You can email Kevin at kmaxsports.com. Fan participation time. Help us out. 3rd down and 7 from the 38-yard line. Mays in the shotgun and back split out to either side. Quick drop, trying to set up the screen. Now he's under pressure, and he gets out of it. Steps up, back to the 30, dumps it off, got a man wide open. Oh, incomplete. He had Kendall White wide open. Coming out of the backfield, stayed alive for his quarterback. There was nobody within 10 yards of him, but the ball just a little overthrown.
Just had him wide open. He could still be running right now, and but that's what pressure does. It forced him out of the pocket. He was rolling to his left. Right-handed quarterback trying to throw while he's rolling to his left. Just put a little bit too much underneath it, and he's got the wind behind his back too, so that might have been a factor.
Right.
Man, he had him wide open, and White could still be running. But again, they couldn't take advantage of that 5-yard penalty on 1st and 5. They lose 1 yard on the next 3 plays.
Really haven't moved the ball at all. The only thing moving the ball for their side is the wind as it blows it forward about 1 yard or 2. The official resetting it. And oddly, the clock rolling again on the incomplete pass. I don't quite understand that, but it says 1:02 to go in the 1st quarter. 4th down and 8. Cactus going to punt it away. Back to receive. Dante Hunter. And I would imagine that's Corey Cooks. One hops the snap, goes through the punter's legs. does a nice job getting it to Alex Mata, and a good booming punt all the way back to the 15-yard line, bounces into a coffin corner, and from disaster, Mata booms off about a 60-yard punt, and Mesquite's going to take over. Or did they call it a touchback? Did they call it a touchback? I thought it went out of bounds well before the corner post.
No, they're gonna mark it at
about the 11. Okay, that makes sense. That looks right.
Well, no, he's coming back to the 20-yard line. He's doing all the way in bounds. Looks like he went out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. They're gonna call it a touchback.
That's a horrible call.
And it's gonna get the ball at the 20-yard line. So on break goes to the Mesquite Conference. The ball went out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all.
There was no referee in position to watch that ball go out of bounds. And usually you see a referee back here saying where the ball went out of bounds, but they say touchback. And break for Mesquite Conference.
They get a big one. 1st and 10 for Mesquite at the 20-yard line.
Nice punt, 67 yards.
Yep, it was. And hand off at the 20, looking for running room. And Thrasher still spinning, still fighting, but going backwards and finally flung to the turf. They should give him a yard with forward progress, but he was knocked about 7 yards backwards.
And that was number 24 on the defense there, coming up from his, I don't have a number 24 on the roster, but do we have 24? No.
Nope. Yeah,
but he came up from his, looked like his cornerback position and closed the hole up there on the right side and stopped Thrasher dead in his tracks, and it's a 1-yard gain and nice defensive play. But the clock has stopped. Looks like the Mesquite called a timeout.
Somebody called the timeout. I didn't see who, and I don't know why, with only 14 seconds to go in the first quarter. And the officials out there on the field talking about winding the clock. Thrasher the only back. Paco Hayward up under center. Looking. Straight back, trying to set up a screen. He dumps it away. That's got to be grounding. That's a loose ball. That's going to be a touchdown, Cactus Conference. They called it a fumble. And we'll see who is that 54? I believe that's Abel Cisneros.
And Ramon Guerrero was the one putting the pressure on the quarterback and took him down. Is that 55 or 56 walking down on the sideline over there? It looks like 55. Simon Guerrero from the Sting is the one that had Paco in his arms and threw him down, and the ball popped loose. His arm was not going forward. No challenge flag.
No challenge flag. The official immediately calling it a fumble, not a pass.
Yeah, he was confident in that call. He just threw down the little beanbag and fumble and a recovery in the end zone, and there's the big break the Cactus Conference needed to get back in this ball game.
And there are two number 54s. It was either Abel Cisneros or LaVincent Thomas. What color was his helmet, JB? Do you remember?
I didn't see. I was watching. I was seeing who was getting the quarterback sack, and looked like it was Simon Guerrero or Mike Bush. Again, the jerseys on the numbers are relatively tiny.
Yep. Well, we talked about it being a growing league, and that's one of the things that we'll talk to Mr. Eloy Vera at halftime coming up here. We'll talk about the staff the season so far, and that will be one of the suggestions we make for next year. Make the numbers a little bit bigger.
We'll probably just suggest, you know what, bring binoculars.
That's right. Mata on to add the extra point. Low snap, hobbles it, but he gets it down and knocks it through. Is kind of funny. The ball was snapped, it dribbled back to the holder, nobody moved.
Everybody just stood up.
Everybody just stood up, and Mata just kind of knocked it through.
Well, the defense was lined up, and they just stuck their arms up and tried to distract the run.
Yeah, looks like a new kicker here in the ball game. Number 24, who's not on the roster. Or is that 21? That's 21. That's Blaine Hembry set to kick it off.
It looks like it's 24.
Yeah. Puts his foot into it, pounds it. Line drive kick. That's going to be fielded at the 4-yard line. Actually knocked him back. This is Corey Cooks at the 10, 15, 20, 25. Look out, 25. Looking to turn the corner. Now cuts back to the near side. Give him ground back to the 20. Laterals it backwards all the way back to the 20-yard line. And it's an all-star game. What do you expect? 30. Flag coming up the 45-yard line. It's going to come back. An exciting return. He lateraled it back to Dante Hunter, who carried it all the way down to the 40-yard line. But after all that, it's going to come back because there's a flag in the play. They did this in the championship game. I said, what the heck, it's an all-star game, but they did that in the championship game, those Vipers did.
Looks like it's going to be called a clipping.
Yep.
It's not an illegal block in the back because the guy hit below the waist, so it might be just an illegal block on the kickoff. And then there's another flag over here. see the referee pointing to the other end. And yeah, they're going to call a legal block in the back on the kicking team.
Well, in any event, that is going to be the end of the first quarter. And an exciting, interesting quarter filled with big plays and a lot of mistakes and a lot of excitement. One quarter in the books, 14-7. Mesquite leads the Cactus Conference. We'll take a break and be right back. Listening to the 2011.
Heading into the second quarter from Frank Mata Memorial Stadium. This is Johnny Baez along with Merle Bertrand doing the play-by-play here tonight. And Merle, the Mesquite Conference on the strength of 2 touchdown passes from Ellis to some of his favorite wide receivers there on the Austin Viper team. The Mesquite Conference takes a 14-7 lead into the second quarter, and that was a big touchdown there at the end of the first quarter for the Cactus Conference.
They needed that because he felt that they didn't get a score on the board pretty soon here. It was going to turn into a rout. The ball's on the turf, back in the end zone, a flag in the play, and that is going to be, I don't even know how to describe that one. The Mesquite Conference trying to run a double reverse on the handoff from the halfback to the wide receiver coming around. They fumbled the ball back into the end zone. Then he picked it up. Flags came flying in. He threw a pass out of the end zone incomplete.
There's a lot of laundry on the field, but you know, this is an all-star game. You don't have enough time to practice those kinds of things. They're supposed to keep it simple. But this is a lot of razzle and dazzle here by the Mesquite Conference here in the early going here in the first half.
So we will check the flag here. It's going to be against Mesquite. It's turned down, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. Is this going to go as an incomplete pass?
I don't give the Mesquite an extra down. It looks like the defensive line for the Cactus Conference has solved the problems they were having in the first quarter. As they've been the last couple of plays, they put a lot of pressure. They've had a lot of penetration there, and disrupting the Mesquite Conference offense.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 16-yard line.
Well, we had a halfback pass, a lateral on a kickoff, a double reverse, a reverse to the wide receiver that was called back.
Entertaining, but ragged as we have a timeout on the field. The defense not quite set. 14:33 to go in the second quarter, and I just got a text message from Chuck Licata that if you had the old school formation, 2 fullbacks and a deep back with Ellis up under center. 2nd down and 10 for the Mesquite Conference. Ellis pitches it to his up back, puts his head down. This is Thrasher out to the 20, out to the 21-yard line. Gain of about 5 yards on the play. Make it, and actually that was not Thrasher. That was Richard McKinney from the Texas Mavericks. He was the other up back on the carry.
Richard McKinney, number 26 ball carrier.
Gets 5 yards on the carry, gets his name in the stat book. 2nd down. And 5 yards to go. We'll pitch it back this time to Clay, looking for running room. He's not going to find it. He's going to be driven back and loses a yard or 2. And that should be 4th down now, I believe.
There's
now a flag comes in. Well, actually, activity. But I think they've got the down marker wrong, don't they? They refused the penalty, so it should have been 2nd down on that previous play. This should have been 3rd down.
3rd down, yes. And again, it's this penalty here, but it's going to look like they're going to call personal foul or unnecessary roughness on the defense and give Mesquite Conference a 1st down.
Boy,
yeah, that was that should have been a 3rd down, a stop, and should have been forcing Mesquite Conference to punt. Instead, it's
5 yards for a sideline warning.
5-yard sideline warning.
Sideline warning, okay.
So it's 3rd down. They need to change that down marker.
It should be 3rd down.
They're giving an extra down here to the Mesquite Conference. Should be 3rd and 1.
Ball sitting at the 25-yard line. Ellis up under center. That power formation again. They fake it. Now they give it to Thrasher. Flag comes in. He's hit at the 25. He's not going to get the 1st down. The defense all over him. 4 white shirts driving him back, but we'll check the flag anyway.
Boy, nice push up front by the defensive line of the Cactus Conference as they just met Thrasher right there at